Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Amawam coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. First and foremost, I want to say Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. As always, double honors we give to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this truth through the spirit. And also peace, blessings and salutations go across the world to all the Arkham out there, all the hopeful elect pushing this word in truth and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. And also blessings to those of the remnant of our people destined for salvation, those that believe on Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. So, quick lesson, Lord willing, Lord willing is edifying. So, it says, did a church that embraces LGBTQ plus people burn down after a lightning strike? It says, First Congregational Church of Spencer in Massachusetts was indeed destroyed by lightning fire on June the 2nd, 2023. So yeah, that's just reading that. This article is attempting to disrepute or disregard that the Most High even exists, or the Most High actually was responsible for this, man. We're going to get into it. So it says on June the 6th, 2023, a viral tweet with a video of a church building fire began to receive thousands of engagements. The caption of the tweet read, "Woke LGBTQ plus church gets struck by lightning and burns to the ground." And so Tyler Day says, in a church in Massachusetts gets the Sodom and Gomorrah treatment hours after the Pride Month celebration. That's right, man. Whoever wrote that is in the right spirit. It says, in this story, we've laid out the facts. There's always someone that fact checking. You can't fact check the Most High, man. All right. It's ridiculous to even do that. It says the context of the apparent implication that a higher power caused the fire, thoughts from the church's leader, and also background on the property's centuries-old history. To our surprise, that history included another fire that occurred in the 19th century. So it says facts and subjective thinking, something that the world doesn't actually have, and something that this is trying to teach. This article is trying to tell you about subjective thinking, at the same time trying to control your thoughts and tell you, that what they think is the facts. So you gotta be careful with the double speech of this in this world, man. I'll just put it like that: the double speech in this world, man. They're trying to tell you should be free thinkers, but only if you're listening to us, only if you believe what we say. So it says the video in the tweet was captured on June the 2nd. It showed a devastating fire that destroyed First Congregational Church of Spencer in Massachusetts. First, the tweet claimed that the church in the clip had embraced woke LGBTQ plus people. It's true that the church had publicly posted positive messages about Pride Month in recent years, according to a number of past images on its Facebook page. And there's nothing positive about that lifestyle, man. Second, the tweet said the church was struck by lightning, causing it to burn to the ground. This also was true. While these two facts of the claim were accurate, it's a subjective, evidence-free conclusion to assert the two things were linked and that a higher power chose to burn down the church. Well, obviously, it's subjective. No one wrote that assuming that anyone that read that was just going to say, oh, of course, yeah, the Most High done that, because we know for a fact that the majority of this world doesn't believe in Yahweh Shai. We know this. And anyone that believes on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai doesn't care what the rest of the world thinks, man. We only care about what we believe and the elect, man. That's it. The majority of this world is gonna be in grave danger and perish when Yahweh Shai comes back. So we don't care, man. So it says, even before the viral tweet that appeared to try to link the two facts, the church's leader, Reverend Bruce McLeod, had addressed parishioners and provided his own thoughts, saying, "I don't think God made the fire." Well, that's the problem with these false prophets, man. All right? They don't understand the Most High at all. It says, "I have to say that I don't think God made the fire. I don't think God makes us sick. I don't think God makes the bad things happen. I don't think God teaches us. I don't think God does it to teach us things. I don't think God does it to punish us. I do believe God is there with us in the midst of it, and that God is here with us to help us pick up the pieces and figure out what to do." So what type of God do you serve, man? One that isn't only in control of half of what he created? Are you stupid? Like, this is the creator we're talking about, and yet you believe that things happen without his say so, without his knowing. And that's the problem. You're thinking your own thoughts, man. The scriptures, the Lord says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways," man. Because you false teachers out there and you fake Christians don't understand the Most High at all, man. And look, I don't. The rest of it's bullshit stories. So let's just get into this. So he doesn't think that God made the fire. He doesn't think God makes us sick. So who does that, man? What, you think Satan does that? You think Satan has the power to do that? Well, let's get it. So, in fact, let me get this first, as I already have it loaded. So 1 Corinthians 6:9 says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators or idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves." And that LGBT plus comes under both of those, effeminate and abusers of themselves, man. And they're getting their parts chopped up and rehashed and remade in order to sell themselves a lie, a delusion that they can change into something else other than what the Most High created them to be. Your spirit is what you are. If you're a man, your spirit is of a man. Right? If you're a woman, your spirit is of a woman. You can't change that by cutting pieces off and putting other pieces on, and putting on dresses or trousers and makeup or whatever, taking testosterone and growing beards. That doesn't change anything. And the sad thing of it, these people have been sold a lie, man. They've been sold a delusion. All right, they've been sold a delusion into believing it, and that's the strength of power that Esau has over the masses, which has been given to him by the Most High, of course. And whilst we're on the subject, let me just get Romans 1, and we jump down to 25. "Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause," and that is the truth. The truth has been changed into a lie. Now, if you go against this lie, you're wicked. You're the evil one. This world is absolutely screwed, man. It says, "For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections." Vile affections, man. So the Most High isn't with that. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, having the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. Right? And this is the coming out of the scriptures, man. I don't care what YouTube has to say about it. This is the word of the Most High, man. This is in the scriptures, in the Bible, man. It's not coming from my own mouth, right? So all these fake teachers, these fake Christians, and these fake prophets, these false prophets out there trying to convince you that like God, as they call him, is with all of this, man. They're lying to you. They're straight up lying to you and to themselves, man, because they're of that you know, they're for everybody. The John 3:16 in the wrong way. Verse 28 says, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. And it's not convenient, man. It's not expedient. There is nothing to gain from these actions other than lust. Right? Anyway, let's get back into that was just to make the point that the Most High is not with that, man. All right. So let's get some more. Let's see what the Lord's about. Let's see what the Lord's about, man. Let's see how the Lord thinks, man, and what He's actually about. Isaiah 45:6. No, I'll start at 5. It says, I am the Lord, there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. And these guys don't know the Most High. Alright? It says that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So it makes you wonder, do these Christians just skate over this one? Have they even read it? Did they understand it if they did? Because it's not hard to understand. There's no riddle in that, man. And the next one I'm going to read has less to even think, to even decipher. There's no, it's just plain and simple, man. This is Amos 3. And I'll start at 6, because that's just the point. Let's get straight to the point. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Right? So the Lord's telling you that He is the author of good and evil, man. Right? He's the ultimate author of everything. So if this preacher thinks that the Most High doesn't do all those things that He said, doesn't make us sick, doesn't cause fires and make people die, who's doing it then? He didn't have an answer for that. It says, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. So we know the difference, man. We know what the Most High is about. All right. And I had one loaded in the Apocrypha, man. Right, and this is another one showing you. So this is 2nd Ezra 16, and I start at 8. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Showing you that He's in full control. A fire shall go forth from His wrath, and who is he that may quench it? And here's the point here. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Now if they believed, that preacher, whatever is truly believed in the Most High, man, that should have made him afraid. All right, the scriptures say the beginning, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. So he should have been afraid when that happened to his church, man. It burnt to the ground, man. If the Lord was dealing with him in His temple made of stones, that would not have happened, man. If the Lord was dealing with him. It says, He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at His presence? And that is a warning, man. Like I said, that preacher should be afraid The Lord warned you with that, man. But here you go, talking out your own mouth, thinking you know what the Most High is about, but you don't know. You don't know at all, man. A couple more scriptures, I'm gonna close out. So Ephesians 4. I'll start at 10 just to make it sound correct, context wise. It's Ephesians 4 and 10. It says, he that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. That's Yahushua, right? And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists, who were the same men back then who were the same men who are today, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith, right? Meaning that we all sing the same song, we all sing the same gospel, and we all believe the same thing, right? And of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. But speaking truth in love, may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach. Right, so, we're not tossed to and fro, man. When you can't come to us and try and teach us otherwise what the scriptures say, man. They're defiling the word, man. They're changing the word of the Most High into a lie, man. They're adding and taking away from the scriptures. They're taking away by saying that God is not against these things, and then they're adding by saying he's with these things, man. He's not down with all that alphabet stuff, right? He showed that, man. In fact, I'm gonna have to get that before. I'm gonna have to now. I'm gonna have to. Can't think which one it was now. Yeah, this is the one actually. This is the one. Jude 1:7 says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Just like that church was burned down for an example, man. Alright? And that's what the Lord does. Warning, that's a trumpet basically. That was a warning, man. But these guys ain't gonna heed unto it, man, because they listen to the masses, and they listen to the narratives and the agendas more than they listen to what the scriptures say. Because they don't truly believe. That's the difference. They don't actually believe in what they're doing. It's just something to make them feel good, man. It's that feel good factor. Yeah, I went to church on Sunday, and God loves everybody. No, he doesn't love everybody, man. He doesn't love the sinner, and he doesn't love the sinner, man. That narrative of he hates the sin, but he loves the sin. No. In fact, let me just see if I can find this one. Just come to my I'll get it. It's gonna. Oh no. I'm determined What one is it, man? Maybe I won't be able to find it. Sometimes you can't get these ones you want to get, but you know, we'll move on. We'll move on. A couple more scriptures. Yeah, man. Psalms 14:1. It says the Psalm of David. It says the fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. And that's what I see. What the author of that story of that article is trying to say, man. Right? That there is no, you know, you can't really. How can we say it's the? How can we say it's the most? How can we say it's God? You know, there's no proof in that. It's not for you, man. It's not for you. Proverbs 17 and 15 says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So they're justifying that wickedness, man, doing the marriages in the church and saying that the Most High is with that, you know. And they're an abomination, man. An abomination is what? A disgusting thing, man. You know. Yeah, so I think I made the point. Where did I get this? Let me just see. I have one more on deck that I was gonna get. I don't think I got it. Yeah, let's just read this and we'll close on this one. 2 Peter 2:1. It says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon them themselves swift destruction. And that goes for that preacher of that church and for the writer of that article, man. Listen, man, the Lord is in control of everything. And that was just a warning. That was an example, like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This place is going crazy for this alphabet stuff. This whole world is going nuts for it, man. That's all you ever hear about. All you turn around, that's all you see. That's the mission statement. You look, you turn on your TV, it's there. You read the paper, it's there. You look on a billboard, it's there. Some companies talking about how they stand with it and all of this. That's all it's about, man. You think it was the most, what it is. To them it is anyway. It's the most important thing in the world to them. Because it's weakening the nations, man. You know, Esau weakened, he's the one that weakened the nation. This is his agenda, man. That's what he's about, man. He's abominable himself. So anyway, that's it on that. Once again, I say, Lord willing, it was edifying. I always hope that there's some edification in my lessons. Through the Spirit, of course, not for me, to exalt Yahweh Shem Yahushai, of course. And to bring out this word in truth and in sincerity, man. To call out to the hopeful elect, to edify whoever may watch, man, bringing them closer to this truth, you know. So with that, I'll say shalom until the next one. Shalom.